Hello, garden lovers. We meet again in the garden. It is the 26th of February, so 2 more days and it will be March here in the southeastern United States, in Georgia in particular. So I've been cleaning up the garden slowly but surely, but I have so many to do actually. Raking the rake leaves, the raking the leaves all around the house is an enormous task. So I've started a couple of spaces already, and sorry, I have a wheelbarrow to get all debris that I'm gonna pick up. This one right here is halfway clean. The reason why it is because the rock edging was run over, so I had to fix it in a jiffy. But underneath those leaves are sort of frost tender. So underneath are, one is over here, it's the gardenia. As you can see, there's a gardenia. It's a big clump, but I can't unearth those yet because our last frost date is not until April 15th. So as you can see, we have a month and a half left. So so yeah, we can't do that yet. Gardenia is very tender, so so I am waiting for at least, I'll find out the beginning of April what the weather is going to be for the rest of that month, April. So the driveway garden is fully cleaned, and just waiting for plants to come up. But the star right now are the hellebores. They have been blooming since early February, so it's a good, winter interest for your garden. And so let's go back to my winter garden actually. So the goal today is to clean up all the old leaves from the hellebore and or Lenten roses, if you wanna, if you wanna call it by its common name, which we should always. Sorry, that was my finger. So let's start. So as you can see, it's there's a thick cover of leaves here, and so it's gonna take me a while. As a matter of fact, I actually prefer to remove the leaves by hand. I know it's a dirty job, but the new stems or the flower stems of the hellebore are very, very tender, and I don't really wanna damage them. So that's why, like, around the plants, I have to do it by hand. And so I can't really think of another way to, you know, to keep these plants from being damaged by the cold weather, but to leave the leaves here. So this is what I have been doing, you know, since I've been gardening here. And you know, I don't really mind. It's just, you know, a whole day of, you know, cleaning an area, a small area, and if it's a big area, you know, just expect it to be a couple of days. But you know, I like I said, I really don't mind. And also I want to show you how I clean the hellebore. So when I say clean, you know, like I said, cut the old leaves. The old leaves, actually, they lay flat to make way for the flowers. Unfortunately, well, at least they're, you know, they know what they're doing. That's why the old leaves lay down to the ground, like this guy and this guy. It's laying on the ground, laying flat. So the new stems, the, you know, the bloom stems will have space to expand and grow and make the flowers. So when you cut the old leaves, you just go to the very end of that stem, like, I don't know if you can see. Let me go. Like this guy. So I basically just go to the end of the leaf and then take it out. So you can't just get a weed whacker and hack it, is what I'm saying, because before they bloom, they kind of need those leaves to make food from the sun. And so, you know, you have to wait until new leaves are already out, so the plant will survive or have a good head start for the next growing season. So this is what a cleaned up clump looks like after we clean up all this. And I think I'm gonna mulch this afterwards with, well, not really yet. I have ferns and hostas that's gonna come up, and I don't really know the exact location of them, so I'm gonna wait until they sprout up, and then I'll put some mulch, so it will preserve at least the water and keep these babies hydrated instead of drying up so quickly. So yeah, that is what I'm gonna do. So I'm not gonna bore you by doing the whole thing. Like I said, I'm gonna do this by hand, and it's a boring job, but somebody has to do it, right? So I would take you for to see what's going on in the garden, but it's so sunny. All the leaves are not, the trees are not leafed out yet. So it's really not, optimum time to video. So I'm just gonna keep this video short, and I hope you guys are working in your garden as I am, and I hope you're enjoying it at the same time. It's actually going to be like we have blackberry winter. It's going to be 70 degrees today. Like I said, February 26th, it's going to be almost at the 70 degrees point today. But I'm pretty sure we still have more cold coming. And so, but I'm just going to do my part. I'm going to do what I can. But wait, I think I can show you some daffodils blooming. So all the daffodils, there are plenty. There's in the backyard, because they've, colonized. They were here when we moved in, so I am grateful for that. So there's one clump there by the path, actually. I don't know if you can see that. And then, so there's more hellebores there. This hellebore actually is one of the hybrids. Most of my hellebores, the one we just left from, are the species hellebores. When they first came up, there were no hybrids, and that's when I got them. At that time, they're still expensive right now, but when I got them many years ago, they were actually $75 a flat, with, I think there were like the 4-inch flat, 4-inch pots in a flat. So that was a lot of money. I mean, $75, but I had to have it. I actually found out about hellebores and anything about gardening from Martha Stewart. So when she say, "Hey, look at these hellebores," of course you're gonna want one for yourself too. Of course. Who don't want to be like Martha, right? So that clump of daffodils are actually growing in the crack of my path. So, but I didn't plant it there, and I put the path before I knew it was there. But it's doing fine. As you can see, it's pretty big. So that's that. And then also another bed that I cleaned up is this heart-shaped bed. So one chamber of the heart is cleaned up. And this one, I still have some tender perennials in there. So I just cleaned up, the half of it. And I planted this Leucotho, Burning Love, with purple, this is purple, dark red leaves. And it's evergreen, so I planted that late fall, for winter interest in this area, because if you can imagine, if that wasn't there, that would have been just nothing in the winter time. And that's what I've been trying to do, is put some more evergreens slowly but surely, for that winter interest, to accompany the hellebores that are naturalizing everywhere which is, I'm grateful for that. This one don't have any bloom. I guess because I sort of covered half of it with that pot. I mean, you know, because those are ephemerals. So by mid-season, mid-year, you don't really know where they are, I guess, unless you mark them, put a marker. But I don't. And then this great plant, actually, this is a great shade plant, but it can actually tolerate some sun as well. This is what Viagra is made of. It's called horny goatweed or epimedium. And so it stayed evergreen there because it was covered with leaves. I have some in the back, and they sort of die back a little bit, meaning, you know, some of the leaves will turn like that. Well, the back, you know, most of the leaves were turned like that, and just a few perfect green stayed on. But yeah, it will have beautiful wiry flowers from wiry stems. It kind of reminds me of, you know, tiny orchid flowers. But so yeah, this is priced for gardeners with dry shade. So they love dry shade, and once they're established, of course. I planted this late summer last year. So once they're established, they're gonna, you know, just kind of grow. It's not by runners, but it grow in a big clump. And yeah, so it's easy. It has a funky name, and it's evergreen. So that's epimedium, or horny goatweed. And so I actually moved this this pot from over there over here. See where it was sitting on. Just, you know, moving things around while waiting for all the plants to come out. So when you sort of come in and walk on the path, it's sort of like an entrance to the next room, if you might. So it's like a doorway to the next room, to your next garden room. So I think I like it there, so I'm gonna leave it there and put another pot. God knows, I have plastic huge pots, so they will work for a couple of years. But I'm really trying to get all terracotta. Also, should come in through this doorway to the next room. Oh, I got my burn pile. So this garden here is the sunny border, and so as you can see, the border starts there and continue on. But then there was a space between the border and the path. So I thought I would take advantage of that space. And of course, I acquired and lifted all these stones from the side of the roads. And I'm careful, make sure I don't get run over. And plus, I live in a country, so there's not that much traffic. If I go to town, you know, after I get out of the city limits, there's no traffic. So it's pretty safe to, find a safe parking place on the side of the road, and then help yourself out with these beautiful rocks. So I actually thought about it while laying in bed, and I was thinking, I really need some plant companion for the limelight, which is right here. Let's see the old bloom. So it's a small one. It's only 2 years old, and I don't know. I don't really fertilize much my plants. I sometimes fertilize them when I plant, but other than that, I don't during the year. And I mean, I do put compost and stuff, but I want plants to fend for themselves, so that's why I do that. So I thought I would grow some grass right here. Wouldn't that be nice? Sort of like frilly companion for the limelight. So I'm gonna end the video here, and I hope you're getting out in your garden and having a good time in this unusually warm day in February. So until next time, I'll see you again, dear garden lovers, down in the garden path. Bye.